To Get With The Programming, I'm Chase Ingram.
I'm Captain America.
And along with me is Bill Grundler. And we are going to reprogram the 2025 Rogue Invitational, which we sort of did when we analyzed it the other day.
Fixed
it.
Fixed
Why?
it.
Because it's fun.
It needed it.
It's fun to armchair.
I'll say that. I'll take that because it needed it. But yes, it is fun.
It is fun. We love programming. That's why we started this podcast. Obviously, we analyze programming because we care about it. I would love to just gush over programming at all times, but every once in a while, something comes along that's important to us. The Rogue Invitational is a huge piece of the puzzle when it comes to CrossFit's ecosystem in general. Rogue is a part of that. It's all one deal. And I want to see this thing thrive. I think it's one of the greatest opportunities athletes have in the off season. Well, it is the greatest off season opportunity that they have. And it's very important. I want to see this thing thrive and survive. And I just don't want it to die on the vine because of reasons.
Well, I mean, yeah, totally thrive and all that kind of stuff for sure. I mean, they will do whatever they need to do, you know, but as programmers, oh yeah. Thanks, Jason.
Thank you, Jason.
But as programmers, it's inspiration for us. Like we can armchair quarterback all the stuff we want to do, right? We look at these advanced, and it is so easy to armchair quarterback someone's programming. But a lot of times we'll see the stuff, and it'd be like, man, I would have just done this. It just needed that one little tweak. And in all reality, it's so that it makes sense in our mind. You know, I mean, like
our mind is good at that.
I mean, I think that our minds are the best minds. That's a very biased opinion, but that's okay. I mean, every programmer does feel that way. They do take a lot of pride in what they do. So that's fine. But it makes it very easy to be like, I mean, whenever anyone designs anything and you put your head and you bury your head into the activity, it takes the fresh eyes to stand back and oh, why'd you do it like that?
Right.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yes.
You know, you get hung up on these little pieces. So it's not a taking a jab, even though we gave them an F. It's not taking a jab at those guys. It's just from an outside perspective. Here's what it looks like. Here's what we could have done. Here's what I would have done. Here's what you would have done. That's all.
It is.
Don't take offense.
I understand if it feels personal. Because we've said all the time is programming is an art, and this is our medium or our art form at which we have put out there. And when you put yourself out there with any type of art, media, what a program hill. Ooh.
Dude, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. We'll have to roll that one over, dude.
I got one for you. End of the year, major event programming hill.
Yes.
Yeah. Or programming to steal a wonderful idea from John Young.
Absolutely. Why? I mean, why not?
Yeah. And it's not just based off the numbers.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to say, we already have them written down. It'd be really easy to give it a very numerical setup.
Show, all the drama's gone.
That's true. Good idea.
Yes. I might even add events we don't talk about on this show to that hill. That's a good idea, Jason. Great idea. Well, guys, let's get into it. Hey, well, how was your weekend?
Do you mind? My weekend was good. I mean, someone else asked me that today earlier when I was coaching, and it was funny because it was fairly. I mean, I would say fairly nondescript, but I feel like I got a lot of stuff. Like I did stuff at the gym I needed to do. I hung out with Laura. I hung out with her kids over the weekend. Like. We got to spend some time together. I got to work out. I did bench at 225 pounds, like people really should when they're, you know, a CrossFit athlete of any sort of level. Yeah, dude, it was just a good weekend. It was cool. Nice. It was sunny. It was warm. I loved it.
Corey, have you thought about seeing if Katie, Josh, and Chris would come on live with you? Usually, Josh will always message me after our analyzing show with his critique. Which, you know, it's fair. It's fair. Like, here's the thing that people don't understand about this platform, which is a public platform where we are putting ourselves out there with our own opinions and actually having hard stance opinions on things versus just saying nothing or sitting on the fence. Or social, like if you put yourself out in the public, you offer yourself up to public scrutiny. And if you aren't ready for that, then this probably isn't the game for you. So I'm fine with it.
Opinions.
Just opinions. Okay, so let's get into this. When we reprogram an event, we do our best to be as fair to the, I would say, tools at hand that the competition maybe has access to and availability, not with it's like, hey, I'm just going to change this entire thing, including the movements and all these other, whatever. But like what we try to do is minimally evasive reprogramming as possible. I would say I've had a couple instances in some of these events where I did not do that. No, I did.
You put the snail in there somewhere, didn't you?
Listen, don't worry about the snail. You don't get to my punchline before I get to my punchline. All right. That's at least the goal. Now with this, at the end of the day, this is fun for us. We love programming, and the easiest job in the world as someone who is decent at programming is to sit back and see someone else's hard work and change it to something that you like better. Right. So we are fully aware of that. However, here we go. Beach House CrossFit. Good afternoon.
Beach House.
Good afternoon. All right. Event number one. Before we get to this, me and Bill do not share our reprogramming with each other. And a lot of times we get really close, especially
I'm sure, especially after the way we talked last time, I think that there'll be a lot of similarities.
Right, because we round table it a bit while we're doing the show. But
yeah.
All right, here we go. Event number one. A little addition is that the major changes I'll put in red for our programming. The original's in the middle. You want to flip-flop back and forth? So I'll start, then you go, and then the next one you can start. All right.
Yeah.
We talked about in the analyzing one of interjecting, the log muscle ups or dispersing them, because only one time have they've gone back and forth between the long muscle ups. I think it was it 23 we had found?
Yeah.
It was like 15, 10, 5, which is still a lot mixed with like heavy back squats. There were a lot of chippers in this weekend, and I wanted to try to modify a little bit of that into a rounder. And so what I did is I basically did 5 rounds, 40 heavy double unders, 20 GHD sit-ups. I made the box jump overs clear overs because I wanted something to matter a little more than just the log muscle ups. But I also set it up where it also flows nice. So you're doing double unders, you move to the GHD, you move to the box, and you walk to the rig. And you just do that 5 times. It ends up being 200 double unders, 100 GHD sit-ups, which is a little bit more volume than they had, 100 box jump overs, 100 meter handstand walk, and then the same number of rounds. So I want them to come back round after round, and hopefully it's like, yeah, it's still a little bit of a buy-in to the log each time, but you can, with only 4 or 3, you can make up time or get ahead, even if you're bad at these, if you push the other ones. So
yeah,
that's what I did.
Yeah, the dude, 100 box clear overs, dang.
Yeah, I might lower the height.
Oh, well, why not just? What about 20 and 20?
20. Oh, just like 20 for everybody.
Just 20 across.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's the one thing I was like, oh, it is a lot, but I do want it to matter. But I didn't want to do 10.
Yeah. No, I could see how that would be.
I could have done 10 and made it 30 and 24.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. See?
Would
Guys,
you do
see how easy it is to round table programming?
It's weird.
I like that. I like that more.
Would you have made it a box, or like, I mean, I know we're trying to keep to what they have here with the box jumps, or that, or like a hurdle jump, like a PVC type jump or something.
I like the box. I like the box because there's a width element to it.
Yeah, that's true.
10 and higher. I like that. And I like how the numbers 4, 2, 1, 2, 4. That fits.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bill.
You're
Hey
welcome.
guys, this is how it's done. That took Bill 2 minutes to provide feedback and a good solution. So this is an exercise in collaboration. Just wanted to throw that out there. That's how it's done. You talk about what you're trying to do, but you couldn't nail it. And then someone with a different point of view and perspective comes in and is like, well, what about this? Genius. That's event 1. I like yours.
So we talked about this, and it was almost the exact same setup. I think what I wanted to do was, with the other movements, it didn't really matter that much. I wanted to force the race through all of them. So now it's like, okay, you have to get through the double unders quick, and you got to get through the log muscle ups fast. Everyone planned on, how do I pace that big chunk at the end? Yet people knew that they could do multiples. There were athletes that could do multiples, but they chose not to do the multiples because of how the pacing was set up. I wanted to force the multiple now. So it's like you had to race through the easy part.
Yeah,
which I didn't see anybody racing at all on the buy-in of the 180, 60, 40.
Yeah.
So I wanted to put the pedal down a little bit more on those and force people into, okay, if I can do multiples on the muscle up, I need to do them on the muscle up. That's what I'm going to make that's what I'm going to
like that.
So I wanted to keep it more sprinty than
I like that a lot, actually. And it makes it does make every little piece before it matter a little bit more.
Yeah.
And that was our big thing, is like nothing really mattered until you got there. It was, like you said, it was just one giant buy-in, which is what we took points off in the original. I like both of ours. Shocker. All right, event number 2. That was William Wallace. Okay, maybe not have you lead on this one. We like this one. No change. No change.
I thought this one was great. For a Rogue event that had all the strongman stuff in it, all shoved into one event. It's like, okay, Rogue strongman stuff. All right, CrossFitters go and do some strongman stuff. Boom.
Yes.
Done.
Nailed it. No, you were correct. Okay, Bill, you can lead this one off.
Okay.
Tax collector.
So we knew
you liked this one.
I did like.
You like this one in its original form too.
I did. I did feel that it was aggressive. Especially watching everyone and listening to everyone. Everyone talked about the third round. So what I wanted it to be was, I really didn't have a problem with the pieces. I left the sandbag kind of where it was. I figured they could just move a little bit more aggressively, even though that second round would be really bad. I mean, it's still going to be really bad. But now you can grind with that last round. Yeah. That's the one that I think does damage to people, not the third round. The third round, where it's like, okay, that's where you're battling, getting to like where your limit is. The fourth round was just, okay, we're just going to kick you in the nuts now, like repeatedly. So I figured the easiest way to cut it down was just to drop off that last round. Sure, I could play with the numbers a little bit on some of the other things, but I just figured, you know what, it would be okay. It would be fine for what the event is, just to knock the one round off. So I just that was my minimum attempt of really doing any sort of change to it.
Put this in the middle. I don't know why I didn't do that earlier.
It's all right.
Where are you? There you go. I like that better. Don't you? I like it better. Sure. I'm surprised you didn't mess with any of the weight on the bag, because I know
I almost did. I almost did. I played with it, but then I was like, okay, it does ride that classic 70%. And if I would have changed it a little bit, I know that like the 100-pound bag for the ladies is easier than the 150 for the men. But like when you look at the dumbbells, the snatch, like the 170, I think that does. I mean, that's the 70% there. So I'm like, wow, for 3 rounds, it'll be fine.
Yeah,
that's why
I was in the same. I had originally typed up. I think I went down for the men's weight, so I think I went from 150 to 125. I didn't change.
Dude, I did the same thing. Same numbers.
Then I was like, I already tinkered enough with mine. I'm not gonna do too much else with it.
Yeah.
because of what I did with it. So I also cut it to 3 rounds, but like we were talking about, as
Lots
another
of hinging.
option was having like I thought there's just entirely too much hinging in this. The athletes, whether they care to admit it or not all of them, will not say blanket statement, were really affected by that in a negative way for the rest of the weekend. This was the first day, so they had 2 more days to deal with the ramifications of this programming, of this event in particular. And I touched on, it's like, oh, maybe we'll do like a bench press instead, because we were having issues with the bench press one earlier. That said, is like, okay, I don't want to change too much. I want to keep the dumbbell. I want to keep the weights, but I want to give them a break on their backs, but still tax them in a different movement pattern, because we're squatting, we're hinging. Let's push. So I just said dumbbell shoulder to overhead with 170, but I made the volume count, because look, 10 shoulder to overhead at 170 is not the same as 10 back squats at 315. And it's not the
No,
same
not even.
stimulus as 10 sandbag cleans. So I was like, these need to matter. They can alternate however they want, but I want it to be in there. So though I changed the movement, I kept the implement and made it impactful in a different way.
Yeah. I like that idea. I actually really like that event, but because of how I adjusted one of the other events,
Mhm.
that's why I took that down. That's why I didn't go the press. But I agree with what you're saying about how with all the hinging, and that's why I was really thinking that if I take 1 round off,
Yeah.
sure, that doesn't completely negate all of it, but at least that's where the detrimental piece would have been.
Yeah.
I like the shoulder overhead though.
Lainey, were you surprised that most athletes did singles on the sandbag? Is that what you're surprised about? Just asking. I would have loved to see ascending weights or descending reps on all 3 of those movements. Yes, that could have been an option, but we've already had so many. We already had 2 descending rep scheme ones that
Yeah.
are coming up in a little bit. 200 or 150. No, don't worry,
Dang,
Matthew.
dude.
Don't worry, Matthew. You may get your wish later.
Hmm.
On the snatches. Yeah, some people did, but I think the byproduct of the volume and intensity of the workout and the same movement patterns over and over is what led to people doing singles, because
Right.
the reload at the bottom is the problem. That eccentric lowering and then a quote touch and go with the dumbbell is the problem. That'll mess you up. So if they're doing singles, they're not doing that eccentric reloading, which would have made it so much worse. Now, some people were fine. Like I said, some, not all. All right, I like it. Number 4. Okay, I'll go. So, Bill, you were right on the bench press weight. I didn't change the rep scheme on the bench press. I wanted to row to. I doubled the cals on the rows, but what it did was it actually ends up being the same number of cals for the women, which is 90, based off their original. Right, 18 times 5 is 90. So the men, yeah, they're doing 10 less, but bigger buy-ins, more emphasis on getting to the bench press, and no change there. Kept it at 225 and 125, which is funny that you picked the same weights. But I didn't like the same cal buy-in each time of every round. I don't know why I didn't like it, but it reads weird to me. So I just wanted to change it. But that's all I did. Now I really want to do this workout. So I don't know if I can do, man, I don't know if I can do 45 at 225.
I was playing with the thing that you did first, and what I thought was, okay, if for some reason the 225, 155 was going to be too much for them, then they would need to have a little bit more of an active recovery to get into the bench and for the pegboard. So that's why I left the 20, and I went down to the 20 and 16.
Yeah,
because that 20 and the 18 was weird.
right.
I
20
made
and
it like
16 is the right number.
the normal set. That would give them about a minute to have a recovery. It depends on how hard they want to push that. A recovery to get into the bench and then the pegboard.
Mhm.
And I wanted that weight there. The 225, 155
Well,
I
you
think
did
should have been
something
a no-brainer.
similar this weekend with
Yeah,
225.
I was like, okay, all you mother effers out there that I need to make sure I take a percentage of. I did 10 rounds of 4 bench press, 8 strict pull-ups, and 12 calories on the assault bike.
Mm,
And I did 225. And I was able to do every one of those unbroken until like set 7.
okay.
So if they have that little bit of that rest in there, like everyone should be able to do the 10, the 12 will be tough, but like, okay, now you have the fatigue in there. Now it's like, okay, can you hold on to it? And I think that row would give them amount to where they could still hang in there and not get to the bench and just sit.
Mm-hmm.
But but it's fun though. I like give them the weight. I still am shocked. I'm still in shock that it was a percentage thing.
Right.
That was even a thought. Shouldn't even been a thought.
Right. Would definitely scrap that. 225, 155. Oh man, I was tinkering with the women's weight a lot. I went back and looked at regional Linda.
Yeah.
And it was 195 for the men and 135 for the women. I was like, all right, well, if we're gonna bump up 30 for the men, we can bump up 20
Yes,
for
totally.
the women. That was 2018.
Right.
And if it's hard for them, good. So it's not just a pegboard event the entire time.
Right. Exactly. And that's the thing. Because it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. The way it was designed, the way it was set up, it was like, all right, well, who's good at the pegboard?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. Tyler, does a time cap remain? I didn't really think about time caps. I think the other thing that we try to do is preserve the overall stimulus of things.
yeah.
Where the time cap, I felt like the time caps were all fairly long. Although, except for this one, because only 3. There's the other thing. Only 3 women finished this event.
That's embarrassing.
And it wasn't because of the bench press.
Yep.
Yeah. And Matthew, he said the beauty is the same person wins. That's kind of what we want too, is that we don't change it so drastically much that it totally throws off the entire leaderboard. Unless it's an event that needs to be drastically changed so it does throw off the entire leaderboard. Not unlike one we'll have coming up. But not this one, the duel. No change. No change.
Beautiful.
Okay, now before we get to our last 4, as we are on the halfway point, we are on our way to Veterans Day, which is tomorrow, Tuesday on the 11th. Most of the country or in the CrossFit world will probably be doing Chad, 1,000 step ups for time, 45. Is it 45 and 30?
45
pack? Or 45
and 35.
35. It's 1,000 step ups on a box. Right now, through tomorrow, the end of day tomorrow, Born Primitive and Black Rifle Coffee Company are partnering, and 100% of all profits that they sell, they started this on the 7th, so you guys have 2 more days, are going to go to paying off veterans' medical bills. Born Primitive did this last year on their own. They ended up raising $11 million, helping nearly 6,000 people. So if you guys go to Born Primitive, we'll put this in the chat as far as this thing is going on now. So go get a pair of shoes. I'm actually wearing Born Primitive shoes right now.
They're so good.
They've grown on me, man.
I really like them. They are the new Nano 2s, dude. They are.
I have worn mine out. Like the back of my heel, like I legit have worn them almost thin. So I'm going to buy a new pair. Bill and I love coffee. They are also doing the same thing. So if you go to blackriflecoffee.com, go buy a bag of coffee, gang, and that profit will go directly to this fund that they are creating to pay off veterans' medical bills, which is wild. What a cool thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Cool thing. Benjamin Weber, let's see. It hit Chad yesterday here in New Zealand. Epic challenge, proud to do it. Yeah, Chad is no joke. Like, thank God our partner Chad. Yeah, any way you want to do Chad. Kevin Hogarth challenged me because the last time I did Chad, my back was messed up for like 3 years. So I don't do the step ups. I do it in a different way. In the last 2 years, I've done 1,000 cals on the Concept 2 bike while wearing a 45-pound pack. Let me just tell you that is awful because my back starts to cramp. My undercarriage sitting on that bike seat with that pack on, I would have to get off. Like once I got later in the hundreds, I'd have to get off like every 2 minutes. I could not physically sit on the bike anymore because it hurts so bad.
That sounds like the same sort of just mental
It
grind
is.
that the step up is. I mean, and I really believe that that's what it is. I mean, whether you're gonna do a 1,000 step ups or do it like what you're doing there or a partner or whatever the setup is, it needs to be
Mhm.
one of those things where you start off for the first 150 and you're fine,
Right.
and then all of a sudden you're like, "Well, shit, we're in it now for a while," and you
Mhm.
just kinda go mentally numb for, like, the next 500 whatever, until you
Right.
start to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah. Even like couple hundred in, you're like, all right, we got this. And then you start reaching that halfway, hitting halfway in chat is a mind
Man,
blank.
yeah.
Kevin Ogar challenged me to do the adapted version. I was like, hey, listen, if I do the steps, it hurts. It really does mess up my back, and I don't need to deal with that anymore than I already
Yeah.
do. Yeah. And he goes, well, what we'll do is we get in a push-up position. I'm assuming it's on his knees, and you're still wearing a pack or a vest, but you step your hands up on a plate 1,000 times.
Oh, damn. I was thinking that maybe you were gonna say, like, the push-up walkovers?
Yeah. Oh, like
Dude,
side to
either
side.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the same thing, but either the up and down. Yeah,
That
they do. They,
sucks.
yeah.
Wow.
So I'm not saying I'm going to do that because I'm probably will get rhabdo in my triceps, but
Right.
there is an option. So if you guys go again, Born Primitive, Black Rifle Coffee, working together now through the end of day tomorrow. Whatever you buy, 100% of profit goes to this foundation. And last but not least, tomorrow, don't do this today yet, but tomorrow, Bubs Naturals is doing the same giveaway where 100% of sales for the day will go to a military charity of their choice. Now, you can also use our code GWTP20 for 20% off while you do that, although it would take away from it. So maybe don't do it tomorrow. But look what they just came out with, creatine.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, so new product from Bubs Naturals, vitamin C boost, but creatine. That is like, oh, it's sold out. Oh, okay.
Oh, no, there you go.
There you go. No. Oh, no, just the apple cider vinegar gummies. Yeah, new product. So tomorrow, don't shop at Bubs today. Shop at Bubs tomorrow. And as we said, is that go to Black Rifle Coffee Company, buy yourself some coffee. Go to Born Primitive, get a pair of shorts. Anything, guys. It's like if 100,000 people bought $20 worth of stuff. Think about how far that will go for our veterans, for Veterans Day tomorrow. And then on Bubs tomorrow. Wait for tomorrow. And then you'll have much more of an impact for those that, I mean, do more for us than we could have ever imagined. So
True
that is it. All right, Bill, this is the one. A lot of red. Oh, a lot of red. All right, you or me? I took a
did I do the last one?
chainsaw to this one.
I'll go.
Okay.
I actually forgot to put this cow ski in. I was going to put it at the end if I was
Okay.
going to have it in there at all. But wait,
Oh,
just leave it out.
Leave it out.
Just leave it out. We got enough machine stuff in there. It's fine. I know that they're. This was the unveiling of a new piece of equipment that was going to be on the Rogue, Christmas guide of all the things to buy. But I'm not thinking about that right now. So I'm not thinking business. I'm thinking programming. But what I wanted out of this is I didn't want that to be the race. I wanted the race to be the handstand push-ups or have it matter. So being that the one, I didn't have as big of a problem as you did with the 15, was it 12, 9, 6, 3, 1? Yeah. So what I did is I took the one out, but what I did is I doubled the wall facing handstand push-ups. So I did 24, 12, 18, 9, 12, 6, 6'3", and then I would have the weights of the deadlifts that were the same. But
Got
what
it.
I did is on the wall facing handstand push-ups, you had to increase a depth every single round. So the 24 was flat.
Okay, that was
The
gonna be my
18
question.
was 3.
Got
The
it.
12 is 6. The 6 is 9 for the men.
Okay,
And then for the women, it goes to 6.
I like that.
The 2, 4, 6.
I like that. I like
And then,
that.
and then the same, and then the same weights. I
Okay.
was debating on putting the last one on there, but I'm like, I mean, do I think they could do it? Yeah, but I also know that they did a lot of the hinging before, so I didn't want, like, it really wasn't that. I didn't want it to be hinged on a 505 or whatever the deadlift
Yeah,
was. Just
500
let
and
them
like
let them lift for the 465 or whatever that last weight was.
I don't think anyone would be upset about that personally. Not I'm not projecting.
Right.
Oh, funny lady. Yeah. Are the wall facing handstand strict? Yes. Okay. I left a ski in, but I want to cash out buy-in, and I'm in the camp of meters buy-in worse. Let's go cals. All right. So I did a 30 or 24 cal buy-in, which
Equals 30 reps.
equals
I
30
see what you got
reps.
there.
And then
I see
a
that.
cal ski equals 30 reps. I did a 10 down to 2 of wall facing handstand push-ups, starting at 2 inches and 1 for the women, and increasing a 2 and 1 each round. 10, 8, 6, 4, 2 is 30, not 31. So I kept the volume as it should have been. But I inverted the rep schemes with the deadlifts.
The old reverse ladders.
The
The up
old
and down
reverse
ladder.
ladder.
Yep.
And the reason why I did that is because I kept the weights the same. So instead of the weights increasing as the reps decrease, the reps are increasing with the same weight. So it is still getting harder, especially at going 2 to 10, but the weight is going to stay the same. So I'm making it more difficult with the deadlifts with volume instead of weight.
What made you pick the choice of going the handstand push-ups down and the deadlift up instead of the other way? Because if you would have swapped them, those handstand push-ups would have been tough.
I could have done either one. Maybe that is the better play because I don't want it to be a deadlift centric event. We have enough weightlifting centric event. So yeah, I actually would rather do that.
Would you do 10 at your deepest deficit?
No.
Or would you have them decrease it? You'd have them take it away?
Well, and that's probably why I did it, because I wanted the deficit to increase.
Right.
As I went round to round to round instead of the deficit decreasing. But that would also be kind of cool.
I mean, get them when they're fresh.
Right. Dang it.
I know that you really like the adding. I like that too. I mean, I was thinking the push-pull the whole time.
Right.
And that's increasing. That's not having it go down.
I think the trap is that it would start so quick, and then your ski is actually going to tax your pressing way more because of the intensity you're going to have to go, because because like everyone's going to get to the 10 and just knock them out. It's 2 inches.
Right.
Oh, they have to wall walk each time.
Okay.
I meant to add that.
Okay.
So have fun breaking on the 10-inch were. It's doable. The games athletes did it.
I was just curious.
Yeah. No, that's a good question. I forgot why I decided that, and then you helped me find the answer. So like once you get to the 8, like 8 to whatever, like you're back to the wall again. So you're back to the wall quicker and quicker and quicker early on, 2, 4, 6. But that 6, 8, 4, 10 or 2, like I think that'll be rough. And then I have the cash out, because if it's close, I just want to see people race hard on the ski.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. Okay. How do we got? Number 7, Granite City. I guess I'll start. Oh, how that? How'd that guy get in there? Is that little guy? Don't worry about that little guy. Okay. I think we had mentioned the 3-rounder versus the intersplicing. Too running, like so much time running. Regular rope climbs. I think, what was it, 4 and 3, or was it 3 and 2? It was 4 and 3
I think it
regular
was 4
rope
and 3.
climbs. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
4 and 3. I didn't change mine.
And then the lunge.
Yeah, look, 3 rounds with the run. Someone's gonna be like, "Don't say Helen." I'm not saying Helen. That said, it's Helen adjacent. So 1,300 meter run, 4 and 3. So I kept the rep number the same, but I made them legless. So that's going to matter. And then the snail push. Now everyone's like, how dare you implement a new piece of equipment? This is not part of your thing. In my defense, they were already there on site because the strongmen and women use them. In my defense. Also in my defense, this is day 3. Strong men and women were done on day 2. So I'm not just making up a random workout for nothing. Yes, I am bending rules. However, I feel like my logic is sound, and I would have loved to have watched a snail race to the finish or across 20 meters on that 3rd round. So that is why I put them in there.
I figured that you would have put that in there.
Yeah, the world's greatest.
It was funny because I thought about it for a second because I wanted to know if you were going to put it in somewhere. And I was looking at the lunge that they had, and I'm like, okay, the lunge was worthless. Sandbags again. Take that out. What do we need? We need some pulling. We talked about how much pulling hasn't been there that we really need. So I wanted to put more of an emphasis on the pull, and that's why I just took the 3rd piece out. So I made it a couplet instead of a triplet.
I like this one.
I added the legless because I wanted it to count. This was very similar to one of the events that JR did at Crash, where they had the run, and then they have to do the pegboard, and then they do the run, then they did the legless, and the run, and they did the regular rope climbs. And it was interesting watching how fast the athletes could do their legless rope climbs, and if they decided to go touch and go on some of those, or what they did on the pegboard. And I wanted athletes to be pushed to see, okay, how touch and go would they go? How much rest would they allow themselves to have, knowing that they're going to have, 1,300 meters in between? Like their arms will be able to recover that the way. I mean, they'll be running like this, as they're trying to let those arms loosen up a little bit. But I think that I think it would still be. I wanted the pulling to count, not just be run. The run is important, obviously, but now it's like, okay, you can make up time on the ropes, and you can make up some time on the run, depending how you're moving. That's really what I wanted out that one.
I like it because the fact that it's 5 and 4 does really impact how athletes approach this.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to get to a position. What was the numbers? Was it 5 at Crash? Pegboard?
It was
hybrid,
5. Yeah.
Regular? Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's proven there. What was the run? Was it 1,200 or 800?
No, I think it was an 800.
No, it was like 400.
It was one. I thought it was twice around. Was it 400?
Isn't that 200 around for them? Something like that.
It might have been 400. It wasn't very long. I didn't think it was 400. Maybe it was 400.
I think it was 400.
400 or 800. Anyway, somewhere around there.
Ish. I like this because if you're a great runner, you can get good time on this and then manage your rope climbs to a way where you're almost trying to just recover and not blow up.
Well, and I think I think about the athletes that did well on this event. And I was trying to then picture, like, okay, now we also have to see your pulling power. Joseph Waggle.
Oh,
If you guys haven't seen our
yeah.
stuff, I think I put it on my story. I think you did too, Chase. That dude is doing some crazy stuff.
Yeah,
He
what
has
was
still
that? Joe,
tweets.
what did you just
60
do?
of everything, 60-second. 60,
Sub
he did 20.
68, yeah.
Yeah, so we did a,
Sub 60, 400-meter
yeah.
run, 60-second unbroken freestanding handstand hold, and then
Tw
20 deadlifts at,
tw
like,
four
425 in
yeah,
under 60
425 or
seconds,
405, something like that. Yeah,
all
wild.
in a like, an on the hour type deal.
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
Um, but I wanted that to count. I really wanted that to be like, okay, you can use your run to hedge against whatever gymnastic issue you might have.
Mhm.
And, it would have been interesting to see, like, hey, what would Emma Lawson do on there? What would
Yeah.
Emily Rolfe do on that? What would Justin do on that? What would, like, I think that would have really helped, like, Ricky, because he's
Yes.
so good at, like, rope climbs.
Well, the
Um,
lunge didn't do anything, as you said.
nah, it was worthless.
Some people made some moves a little bit on the rope, but it was really it all
But I
got
even think
negated
that
on the run.
even that rope really didn't count. Like, for me, when I looked at that, I almost just wanted to say, like, a 5K.
Yeah. Well, like, people would catch up, but then they would lose it all on the run again. Like, there wasn't man, if they just stay close, they're really gonna make up time on
Right,
the run or the row
right.
or the whatever, the rope climbs. Yeah. Let's see. What's this question? Would Justin still have passed James in my version of the event?
Oh, with the snail?
I think this limits James's strength, which is running. Justin's a good runner. Well, it has gotten
Yeah.
better since he had hurt his foot. Justin was a good runner before that
Right.
foot deal. And, yeah, man, I tell you what, seeing the guys race this, like that last heat of dudes, I think it'd been really close. You want to see because it's not just running, it's everything.
Mhm.
So, all right, number 8, double bogey, no change. We're good with it.
Yep.
Right? Okay.
Yep.
Number 9. I changed a bit.
So did I.
Bill. Canceled. Canceled.
No one needs a training workout for your finale. Nobody.
Joe,
Nobody.
steel plates?
Yeah, they were steel plates. It was clanging.
Good Lord. Good Lord. Good Lord. All right. I kept the essence of it, but I added something that we needed.
What's that? That their heart rate's gonna be that their hearts are gonna be beating, they're gonna be breathing hard?
Well, I was like, listen, we need some more gymnastics in a pulling format. We did a little bit earlier. I didn't have as much on the legless as you did.
Right.
Like, what do I want to see? It's like, I want to see people race, but I want to see people make mistakes because they have to. So buy-in, 15 or 12 ring muscle ups. All of them should be able to do it. At least the ones that are in contention to win this thing. No issues. Sandbag carry. Down, back, down to where the bikes are, which are near the finish line. 200-pound, 150-pound bag, like it should have been.
Mhm.
Where, okay, I did the ring muscle ups unbroken, but now I got to carry this 200-pound bag in the front rack position for 75 meters. Now I get to the bike. It's only 30 and 24. So there's no pacing to this. But do you over race back to the bag, back to the rings when you just hope that you've got enough left in the tank? If you can go unbroken, then great. If not, you've probably made poor choices on either on the path to thinking you could do it unbroken. This is what I wanted it to be.
Yeah. No, it would have been a way better race. And the amount of time that they're on the bike, I think would have been okay.
Mm.
I mean, you're looking at like what, just over a minute, right?
Yeah, if they're pumping out 500, 600 watts, which all of these dudes can,
Right.
even at that time, if they're doing 600 watts, they're done in about a minute. If they're doing 500, they're about a minute and 15.
Right. So that amount of time is okay because you're not getting lost on the bike as a spectator.
Right.
Like trying to wonder where is everybody? I can't tell what's happening. Who's in the lead? Who does, how fast, if I'm an athlete, how fast do I need to go? Who do I need to catch? You can't
Right.
tell. But if you're only there for a minute, it's like, okay, everyone's going to go. You're going to find out real quick if you were pushing too hard or not hard enough. And then you have the race after that. I think it'll be real interesting to see after that second sandbag when everyone gets to the rings and they're like,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Because it's the final, it's the end. There's pressure that's put on you to figure out what you need to do. Like, are you going to fail? How close are you going to get to that failure on that last ring or on the whatever ring muscle up you decide to break it at? That would be a much more fun race.
And I think there's a
do.
good balance here with the mixed modal.
You know what's funny? I think if they were to do this one and then also the one that you had where you had the calorie row at the beginning and the calorie row at the end, I think you would have said, you know what, they've done 2 events that are exactly the same here. The buy-in and cash
Format
out.
wise. Yeah,
But
like
I love this though.
Yeah. I thought about that too. Is like, did I have too many pyramid chippers? But the ski one is a cash out buy-in with a couplet in the middle of back and forth. But yeah,
up and down period on this one.
Yes.
This would be a way more fun race to watch. Way more fun, way
and
more
I feel
visual.
Like to do.
Yeah.
Just as an athlete, like I don't want to sprint 50 cows, especially if I'm a girl on the bike at the end of my weekend.
Yeah. I thought the race was complete trash. It was boring to watch. I don't think it showcased anything. I started playing with numbers and what I can make it look like, and by trying to stick to what we had,
right?
I just said, you know what? I could make it just as good by removing the whole thing out, and then that way our final would have been the overhead squat burpee, which would have been a race.
Brutal. Real Matthew says, Bill, what if it was made an AMRAP 2 minutes on, 1 minute off, kind of like a 2-1-2-1, 20 or 4 18 cal bike, and then carry as far as you can in the time remaining?
Again, I think that's cool, but when you are, I don't want to have races where people are sitting on the bike the majority of the time. And
Yeah,
I mean,
24 and 20
so they got like 1 minute on, and then we watch them march across.
I mean, it is a 1-to-1.
No, it is. I could see that. I mean, it would be more exciting than what it was. But
Better
like,
than what it was. Yes, I agree with that.
I don't think it's something that we need. The other thing it was, I think for a final, it wasn't something that we needed. Like there was nothing in there that I was like, we needed to make sure that we had this thing.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we haven't tested this yet, except for
at least like with yours, right? With yours, you put the ring muscle ups in there, so it was like, okay, we still could have used some pulling. I kind of got away with that by adding the more rope climbs on.
Yeah,
that last.
Which is why I put those in there, because I didn't have as much of a robust upper body.
Right.
I thought it was more balanced within that. Whereas this, I mean, your success or failure really does hinge on your upper body pulling capacity.
100%.
Okay. See, folks, that's how it's done.
It would have been interesting to see. Maybe we should hit up JR afterwards just to see what he would have done. Like, it's just always fun to see where someone's eye comes from. You know, and just be like, okay, you got to keep it as it is. What would you have changed? How would you have changed it to make? And again, like, I think when we do this, it isn't just I'm going to fix this event. It's I'm going to fix this event in the way that it sets. And that's why I took the last one out, because we're looking at the overall picture just as much as we are this particular event or that particular event.
Yeah.
You know.
Lady Heavy Lifts. Question on the log, clean and press workout. Why do you think athletes stepped up the stairs one at a time rather than hop like some of the strongmen were doing? Oh, you mean like landed and then hop up with both feet, not skipping stairs?
I think that's just experience.
I think it's inexperience. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lack of certain athleticism. I feel like some of them didn't they?
Yeah. In fact, I know it was Sevon made a big point of that some athletes did do that, and it was a game changer versus the other athletes.
That's the way to do it, lady. You're right. That is the way to do it. but yeah.
Hey man, we're jacks of all trades, masters of none, right?
That's true. It's true. Oh, room Matthew. How about 2 on 1 off after that? Ring muscles for time. Yeah, maybe like a distance, or the idea of Matthew's 2 on 1 off. It was, say it's 2 on 1 off for 5 rounds, but it's a 15 and 12 cal bike, or something that takes like 45 seconds. A carry, like a down and back carry. So call it 50 meters, like they had. And then max ring muscle ups in the time remaining. A little bit like they had at NorCal, but way better programmed. And say the number to get to is like 30.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you get maybe at max effort 30 to 45 seconds on the rings, which no one's going to get more than 15 on their first attempt. The muscle up takes about 3 seconds per. That would have been way better.
100%.
Yeah, that would have been, that was cool. Yeah, see, you don't got to. Hey, stick to your guns, Matthew. You're good. You're good. I've done the power stairs. I'm like, guys, yeah. I think it's just experience.
Totally.
And athleticism. Oh, I've competed in both CrossFit and strongwomen, so I figured experience, but didn't want to assume. Yeah.
I think, 100%. I mean, and same thing with the log. I mean, all the strongman athletes were probably like, why are they doing it like that? Like,
yeah, you got to give this CrossFitters a little break.
Yeah, I know. So, the CrossFitters. The cool thing about CrossFitters are we have a foundation that we can do a lot of things. Doesn't mean we're going to be the best at a lot of things, but we can do a lot of the things. And so that's the whole that's the whole backbone of being a CrossFit athlete.
It is. All right, folks. Thanks for joining us on a Monday. Tomorrow will be Veterans Day. You have is the gym open? Oh, you guys are. What are you doing tomorrow?
We don't do chat. We do chat on New Year's Eve.
Oh, that's right.
That's when we do that one.
What are you doing tomorrow?
I think I have a hero workout. I can't remember which one it is though. I gotta look back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, while you guys are here, like and subscribe, please. We are inching closer to getting 6,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. I think we are
help us out.
5,819. Then I either say that and we get 3 more, or we lose 2 more. But it's okay. We're glad you guys are here. It's not the end all be all. It's just fun numbers. But if you guys want to do something for your veterans, if you guys want to make an impact, go to Born Primitive, get something, anything, a pair of wristbands if they sell them. Right? If you guys go get 1 bag of coffee at Black Rifle Coffee Company, and then tomorrow go to Bub's Naturals, stock up on your collagen protein, stock up on your MCT oil powder. You can put that in the Black Rifle coffee, and then scoop up a little creatine. Man, my morning coffee.
I gotta check that out. Yeah. It's like, is that coffee? Well, sort of. It's the blend of everything.
Yeah. So thank you guys for joining us. Certainly appreciate you guys. If we don't see you guys tomorrow, happy Veterans Day. Thank you all for your service and your sacrifice. We appreciate the hell out of you guys. And there's nothing more important to keep us, our ability to do this on a daily basis and say the dumb shit we say day in and day out, whether we stand by it or not, is because of that. So thank you to our veterans. God bless you guys. See you next time. Oh, I almost hit the wrong button. Hold. See ya.